Assalamualaikum and a very good morning everyone. Welcome back to CISD CoP in Teaching and Learning virtually. Together with us today is Mr. Saipunidzam from our department CISD. So welcome Cik Nizam.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I heard that you have been doing a lot of quizzes,
Yes.
especially quizzes online.
Yeah.
So can you share with us some of the benefit of doing quizzes?
Actually, part of the assessment is doing quiz. Okay, quiz is a very simple way to assess the student in the class, to know what will be the capability of student understanding the course that we taught every day. So in doing the quizzes, we need to establish based on the course objective that we highlighted to the student during lectures.
Okay. I also heard that you have been doing a lot of quiz online, not by giving the paper, pen and doing that. So you've been doing a lot of online quizzes.
Yeah.
So can you share with us a little bit about it?
Okay, doing online quiz is really interesting. Okay, there are some websites available, meaning that a free software available online when doing the quiz. Okay, some of the quizzes, including the ULEN that we have a quizzes features. But the more interesting part is about the free software available online. There are Quizlet, Quizizz and Kahoot. Okay, for Quizlet, there is an interesting part where the Quizlet allow a team arrangement. So when doing the team, the team will be assigned randomly, and then they will involve interactive in doing the quiz. As compared to the quizzes, the interesting features is about the classes. When the quizzes allow, we generate the class for a specific course, and then the student enroll. So when we have quiz, we just simply assign to the groups, to the class that we have. As compared to Kahoot, as generally we have used, it's just one-to-one features. That's basically about the online quiz.
I also heard that you have been using a lot of Quizizz.com,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Can you share a bit of how you use it? How have you been using it with your student in class? Yeah, about Quizizz, right?
Yes, quizzes. Okay, I'm more to quizzes at the moment. Okay, at the same time I'm doing Kahoot and Quizlet. But now we focus on quizzes. As usual, in any online software, we need to go to the website. The website is Quizizz.com. So the first thing we need to sign up. If you don't have the account, we can sign up. It's up to the users. It's either by using the Google account or any email account. Or for existing users, they can use or login automatically.
Do you mind sharing with us some demo of how you have been using Quizizz with your students and what are the features of Quizizz?
Alright, sure. There are a few features that are highlighted by quizzes. The first one is about Find Quiz. Find a Quiz is a platform where everyone in the world sharing what they have been doing on the quiz. In every single topic, they are available. So by having a Find a Quiz, we can find 1,000 or more about the available quiz. Okay, the next feature is My Quizzes. Is reflect to the individual users and the group, the quizzes that has been done. Okay, meanwhile the report is the interesting part where when we have the quiz run to the class, so the report basically generate the capability of student. They do the analysis, they do the result, they do the accuracies answered by the student. Okay, the main and new thing is about classes that I mentioned before. These classes basically we generate the class, so we can have specific users that run for the class. These classes to make it easier for us later when we need to report or update the coursework. So by having class, we can dedicatedly download the results and then match with the record that we have. Okay, the last part is about collection. Collection is where we have kind of a test bank. Collection of test bank.
Okay. Do you mind sharing with us on how to really do quizzes in Quizizz.com?
Alright, sure. Okay, now we're going to some demo. Okay, this is the quizzes. I already signed into the quizzes. So I just log out. Okay, it's either login or sign up. If you have no account, you need to sign up. For example, like when I click to sign up, they will ask you either to sign up via Google or using any account. Okay, but for myself, I already have an account. I just log in. So to make it simple, I log in by using a Google account. Click on the login, and then I choose my account. If you have many accounts, you can choose anyone to connect with the Quizizz. Okay, this is the features of Quizizz, where I did mention about find a quiz, my quizzes, report, classes, and collection. So example for find a quiz. You can find from this button, or there is at the top where find a quiz. Okay, either you want to create a quiz. So first thing, go to the find a quiz. Let's see any topic of your course, any module. For my course, I'm teaching computer system. One part of the computer system is about the number system. So I'm searching about binary number system. So there are more than, like, you can see about 621,000 more the available resource. You can either choose any of these available database about the test bank available. Okay, by having a save, then it will save to your collection. Or you can save a few, and then later you modify the questions based on the needs for specific.
So these are the questions, right?
Yes,
that they have it already.
Yes.
Okay.
You can choose. You can point to any of these. They will highlighted. You can view the question. Okay, maybe some questions are not related to the topic that you discussed in class, or slightly different as what you taught in class. Okay, you can choose anything that related by clicking on save. Then it will save to your database. Okay, that about the final quiz. Okay, the next part is about my quiz. Okay, this is the collection of quizzes that I select from the database just now, and also some quizzes I created on myself. Okay, what I created, I took from the database and mixed in between the
so we can insert ours, delete a few from people.
Okay, we just add on in between. So when we have that, so we can run the quiz. Okay, for example, to run the quiz and for this topic. Okay, this is
customize
I'm showing the demo. It's about to run the quiz. It's about it's either you want to run as a live game. Okay, you can run as homework. Okay, or you can do a practice. Okay, for example, when I choose to have a live games. Okay, there is a situation. Is either you want to have a classic like individual test, or you can have a team. Okay, the team define the quizzes where every student will do individually, but then later they're going to sum up the marks between the team, and then the team that is assigned randomly. So either 2 students per team, 3 students per team. But normally we do as a classic. So which is classic. Okay. Then second, when we have a class, we can simply assign the class. We can select the class that you have, and then you assign. The student will receive the evaluation, and then to do the quiz. If you don't have a class, they're going to provide a code. So from the code, the student can execute the quiz.
Okay.
Okay, for the report, this is the interesting part. This is example of quizzes that are executed before. For example, this one completed 24 days. Okay, during my class, when I click on this, they will list all the results available, the performance of the student. For example, like this student having 100% accuracy as compared to the rest. So they also rank based on the performance, be top 5, top 10. You can also doing a download where you can get the results for the student, because later at the end of the semesters we have to provide the course work. So by clicking the download, they will download the Excel form. So to open the Excel form, okay, it will take some time. Okay, this is the results that I have. There are two tabs provided. The class level based on the question. For example, like for this question, 50 correct, 4 incorrects. Okay, there are analysis based on question performance of the student.
By questions.
By question, and then this is per players where they have accuracies. This accuracy is the one that we use for the coursework.
This is the marks.
This is the marks. So we copy the student and then we match to the coursework. So the important thing when we have a class, we ask the student to use the actual names. So actual name will be good. They added the IDs, so we can simply match. That's about the report. Okay, the next part that we have is a class. This I mentioned is a new features introduced by Quiz. Okay, this is the class that I have, and then this is the way we do create a class. We click the function to create a class. Okay, it's either we import from the Google Classroom. These features basically be used by the government. Now suddenly they are moving from the frog VLE to the Google Classroom. Currently implemented, started August. So they have a student in the class, so they can simply import it from the database that they have. For myself, I don't have. What I do is I create a new class. So you can put any name of your class. Maybe you're currently teaching operating system. Put it as short course OS for September semesters 19. Okay, you can put a colors. This one to differentiate between the class that you have. Okay, for example, I choose a blue for my class. Okay, the features here is either if you check, ask the student for parent or guardian email. So the system allow to upload or update report to the parents. Okay, when the student enter the email of the parents, when you have the results, you can send the results
to the parents automatically.
So for my case, basically what I did, I just uncheck this one because it just between student and me. So I create the class, and then they will create the link. So I share the link with my student. So in order to remember the whole link kind of difficult, what I did, I copy the link and I use any QR code generators. So they will generate the QR code, and then this QR code will display using PowerPoint slide or any form to the class. So just snap and then get a link, and then they will directly to the class. Okay, then for example, I show you the class that I created before. So this is the student. So when the student register, login and enroll to the class, this is the example of what I have. And then the last features that I want to show is about collection. Okay, collection is a database. It's a test bank. Okay, this is what I have. Basically, I'm using the quizzes for the introduction part of the quiz. So some other part of the quizzes that I did, I'm using another software like Kahoot and also Quizizz.
I think it's very interesting to start using Quiz Online and all these free available quizzes. Probably what are your motivation to other educators to start using all this Quiz Online system?
Okay, doing online quiz is something interesting where everything recorded. We don't have to mark. The system will do for us. Okay, instead of us taking about half an hour or 1 hour to mark every single question. So by having online quiz, we set the question, we run online in the real time, and then right after we run or execute and the quiz, we have the results. That's first thing. And it's very easy. We don't have to mark. Even for myself, I'm doing the test online. So my first
test.
Yes, but that one I focus to the UTP system, which is ULearn.
So you use ULearn.
I'm using ULearn. It's for the test.
Maybe another day you can also share with us how you do the tests on ULearn platform.
Maybe.
Thank you, Cik Saipunidzam, for having us and for being with us.
Sure.
Hope to see you in the next CISD CoP online.
Sure.
And thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting me.